You know what
Live from the bubble. We here.
Real live.
Welcome.
Echo. He got a real life echo. That's crazy, shit.
Down at Bikini Bottom.
This nigga retarded. I swear.
Welcome back, gentlemen. Welcome back.
We have masks there, guys.
Nah, fuck that.
Check, mine's in the car. Because if I leave, I got to have it there. I don't want to forget it. Social distancing, though. Look, each box got a little black split between it.
I got the mask between, you know what I mean?
It's good. Welcome back, everybody.
What up? It's good to be back.
Glad everybody's safe, you know, quarantined up. Except for PH, he at work every day. Well, now, shit, everybody at work every day, shit. That shit ain't last long.
That shit lasted long enough. Still lasting.
Me, I was on unemployment for about a month and a half. Loving every minute of it.
It was not by choice, right? That's right. We ain't taking advantage of the system like that. It's only, you know, we had to.
He's lying. That motherfucker shit was ran to that shit.
Don't mind if I do.
How much money you made off that shit? Let's break it down.
Off the 1100, off the unemployment?
Yeah, niggas off the 1100.
Oh, snitch.
Baby. 1,100 a week?
Yo.
That shit was head.
Motherfucker told on himself immediately. He said, you mean off the left? Oh.
1,100 a week. About 9 something after taxes.
Out here eating good.
Burn.
That shit was. That shit was out.
Now imagine if you was a professional gamer, and that's how you'd be living. You sit on that gaming, bringing in them checks.
Game collecting that.
Couldn't bother me about gaming for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours straight. Couldn't bother me because I'm getting the money, baby. I'm getting the money.
I think mine would still find something to complain about. Be like, you see all of this?
All you gotta do is just lay a check down. With that YouTube check, there's the Twitch check.
Like, nah, this one mine. You keep this one. You keep this one. You gotta take the smaller one. I'm doing all the work. You ain't out here shooting with me.
Literally.
Word.
But welcome back, everybody. Mizfitz Sports is back. Mizfitz back.
Yo,
and everything else we talk about.
Comment, like, subscribe, share, comment.
All of that.
All that.
And check out the previous video. Left up. Just put up a cheesecake review. Check that out. Let us know where your best cheesesteak at.
Cheesesteak.
Cheesesteak. My bad.
Greedy ass.
So you want some cheesecake, Chris?
Players fuck up sometimes. Fuck you. I don't even eat dessert like that. Shut up. Look, you an organized bastard.
Yo, who got the picture or video of us all taking a shot?
I think that's Op.
Yeah, Op.
Why he ain't post that?
That's a word, son. I just thought about that just now.
Because he's supposed to ask, and he did. Nah, he posted that though on his live.
He had it on his IG live.
That one story.
No,
well, everybody don't got IG, sir.
Why ain't get started?
Just ask why he ain't posted. I'm just telling you he did. That's all.
No, we talking about to us.
I know. I get that now.
Yeah.
But
I think he was just on IG just.
He was
recording at the moment.
Nah, he wasn't no jest on. He was real inebriated, and he put everything on IG live. He was laughing.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think he just did it on live.
He put everything on IG live.
Not everything, but
nobody else was recording that shot, that moment.
Just him.
Yeah, just him. Everybody else was focused. I had to concentrate on that shot. Y'all was wilding me up. trying to find some chaser as quickly as I could.
Yo, Chris had it in his head like, who can I get this off to?
Fucking juice and shit. Couldn't find no.
I'm about to pass this.
Everybody want to have their eyes open and shit.
Put it down on the table. If we ain't put them on the spot, we might have been.
It'd have been.
Yep.
Throw that shit back. But yeah, man, sports is back. Basketball is going. Baseball is going as they can. You know, certain teams got to take a seat. But, you know, with basketball, we're going to jump right into that one. With basketball, they're in the bubble, man. You know, 22 teams. You know, some from the East, some from the West. Right now, I think it's only the West going to have – they said it's a guaranteed playoff for the 8th spot now, right? Like, they're going to have a playoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like the last 3 teams got the same record.
I mean,
the same winning percentage.
That shit is crazy. You know, teams coming in the bubble hot, other teams coming in bullshitting. You know, but how y'all feel about, you know, the bubble in itself so far? You know what I mean? Any surprises to y'all so far with these teams that are in the bubble, or everything is just moving the way y'all think it's supposed to move? I'm gonna start with you, PA.
I think the Lakers gonna lose. If not the first round, second round.
First round. Oh shit.
Hey,
Yeah.
talk about bold predictions. Shit. I ain't even asked that question, but okay.
I don't. They're looking kind of sluggish out there. Like LeBron looked like he don't really want to play sometimes at moments. They ain't hitting no shots. They ain't playing no defense. I just don't see that. They don't have the life in them that I've seen before. Phoenix, pleasant surprise. D-Book is getting busy, and he needs to get off Phoenix like Draymond said. What?
Oh, why?
It's a waste of talent.
Not true, man.
It's not true.
I mean,
I see
they're improving.
Pops.
They are fighting for.
What you say, Chip?
I said Pop seemed really bothered by that.
Yeah, yes. Well, so I'm gonna pass it off to Pop. What you see going on in this bubble?
Well, I was looking at the standings real quick because I had put in the chat if the Grizzlies lose, it's probably a dub for them.
For who?
The Grizzlies. They lost. They 33 and 39. Portland playing right now. They 33 and 39.
If Portland win, they the AFC tonight.
Yeah. Phoenix won, so they 33 and 39. Now the weird part is San Antonio won, and they're 32 and 38. So they got one less win, but they also have one less loss. So I don't know, man. This could end crazier than a play-in. If everybody end up with the same record, yeah. There's all kind of tiebreakers and all that. But from the beginning, I was thinking that they shouldn't play. I was like, just cancel the season. I don't think they should play. I think the quality is good. I still wouldn't have been mad if they would cancel it. I feel like the best part of it is the bottom of the West, because everybody else is playing players this game, sitting players that game. They're not taking all of these games serious right now. T.J. Warren getting buckets.
That for last night.
Yeah, but I don't know if he was locked up, man.
I ain't saying all that, but he ain't getting no buckets.
He was 5 for something with 12
He
points.
was 12 points and like 12 points, 5 points.
See how y'all be exaggerating? He's a pleasant surprise. You know, my Brooklyn Nets is a pleasant surprise. I definitely didn't think. I thought they were gonna fall to the 8th seed. I thought it was over. There's so many players missing. I didn't think they had a chance to stay in that 7th seed, but It's a combination of the culture. They just play hard. They always play hard no matter what. And some of the teams just not taking it serious. Like when they played the Bucks without Karis LeVert and Joe Harris, and still won because Giannis only played the first half, and Middleton only played the first half. So it's like it's a lot of that. Like so, the quality be up and down. Some games you be excited for, but then you watch it and it's just not as good because everybody not playing. But and shout out Michael Porter Jr. baby. Knicks missed out on that one. The Clippers had 2 picks back to back, and didn't pick him with neither one. And then the Nuggets picked him with the very next pick. They could have had Shea Gilgeous and Michael Porter Jr. They are bugging. And I don't want to get Chips anymore mad, but go ahead, Chip.
I ain't mad. Listen.
Get out of here. You wanted Kevin Knox.
I didn't want Kevin Knox. I just knew the Knicks wasn't picking.
Oh, son, you wanted Kevin Knox. You was like,
huh?
I'm talking about between Kevin Knox and Michael Porter Jr. You was like, I'd rather take Kevin Knox.
Oh yeah, because I didn't know what his back was gonna be. I'm not mad at it. He could have easily had more back problems, but it went the other way. I think Denver was in a space to take that risk, and the Knicks were. But I just feel like with the Knicks, anything they do, it ain't gonna please enough people. Like even with the coach, if we would have got Mark Jackson, some people would have been upset. People would have been upset about that.
Yeah, you can't please everybody.
Huh?
Well, yeah, you can't please everybody.
Yeah, so how I feel. No expectations, man. Whatever they do is what they do, and I'm gonna just see what the outcome is.
You don't have no expectations for a Tom Thibodeau?
No.
You gotta have. Come on, son.
He said no expectations for that either.
I don't. I can't. I can't allow myself to have an expectation. I don't know what it's going to be.
Okay. So you really do have expectations. You just.
No, I don't have no expectations. I don't know. I don't know if he's going to be the same Tom Thibodeau and run players into the ground. I don't know if he's going to get along with the new players or not. I don't know if he's going to be able to teach them the good defense like he's supposed to be known for. I don't know.
Well, that's my expectation. Now he gonna run these motherfuckers into the ground.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'm not going either way. I'm not going to get hyped, and I'm not going to bash
him on 2 different teams.
I'm not going to say this. I ain't want him because of this. I don't know. He's a respected coach. Got some issues, and we'll see how he works out with the Knicks. But as far as the league, I'm surprised. I'm very surprised how well the bubble is working out. My biggest surprise is how fluid the games have been, how competitive they've been for the most part. I didn't think that I was going to be able to sit through and watch a whole game, but the production of the games are very good. They got good sound. The little crowd noise they mix in, I think that's a good plus. I was shocked when I saw the fans on the screens or whatever. That's a nice touch. I can't believe people are paying for that, but it is what it is. People love sports and they will do anything to be a part of it. So you're always going to have those people. So I think it's exciting, man. I think the NBA is the one.
You gotta pay for that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
people still pay for it.
Where did y'all get that from? I got an email asking me to sign up to be a part of it.
I'm sure there are ways where you could get in there for free, but I've seen that people got to pay for it.
I seen the promotion. They was like, "Oh, this is how you sign up to become a I didn't know they was paying for that shit though.
Yeah, I'm wrong, but I know I saw something online saying people pay for it. Could be wrong.
He put me on to that, but
No. Either you with me or you against me. Either you with me.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Son, you completely under the bus.
Or you not with me. Which side you on?
I'm with you, sir. I don't
Right,
think
so
You
shut
tried
up.
to steal his point. Okay.
You know what? I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm gonna wait till later to get. I got some for your ass.
What you got for me?
No, we're gonna wait.
I know what you gonna say. I know what you gonna say.
I know you know what I'm gonna say. Why?
But
Right, well,
quarantine got people a little touchy out here.
I'm gonna steal a ball out your hands, man.
no, I'm oh yeah. Another thing about the production I like is the fact that they're treating it like a home game for the home team. I think that's a nice touch, you know. And you're LA Lakers, and I think that's a nice touch. So overall, it's a pleasant experience when you're watching these games. PH, I'm not buying the Lakers losing. I don't think, like Pop said, I don't think that they're taking it serious. Their seed is already locked. They're not taking it serious until the playoffs start. So I'm not falling for that okey doke with LeBron and them. We'll see what happens when the playoffs starts. But I know that they have to be careful because if Portland gets that 8th seed, that's going to be a tough fight. That's going to be a very tough fight. I don't think that's going to be easy out. Of course, the Phoenix Suns is a surprise to everybody. I kind of feel Pop when Pop says no, he shouldn't leave. But history, if history can tell people that the Knicks suck and are always going to suck and everybody should leave, then there's no reason why history shouldn't tell you that Devin Booker should leave the Suns. Because they've had more higher draft picks and everything else to try to build a team and failed miserably. So I'm not mad when somebody says that Devin Booker should leave the Suns.
We had high draft picks too, man.
No, I didn't say that we didn't. I said they've had more. They've had more than us, and they've had a lot.
So let me ask you a question, PH, real quick. Make it real quick. If let's say they get into the 9th or 8th, and they win and they get into the playoffs, albeit it's a bubble and all of that, is that not a plus? That you got Booker, you got Rubio, you got Aiden, you got the dude from Washington, I can't think of his name right now, Kelly something.
Oubre, yeah.
Olenek or Oubre?
No, Oubre.
Where you want him to leave and go to? To form a third power team or something like that?
PH want him to go to Golden State.
No, hell no. He can't be over there shooting with them other two assholes.
So I'm not asking you.
The light skirt trio? No.
I'm just saying it's just not a sign of progression.
I guess it's a sign of progression. I don't trust them to continue on with this progression. I don't.
Listen, he got to play better too. The team is improving as he improves on defense and pass the ball and all of that.
I mean, what more do you want the man to do? I mean,
they doing it. He doing it.
What are you talking about?
He carrying his team.
As he's improving, the team is playing better.
So they haven't lost a game.
What I'm trying to say is, like, how much more? I mean, other than becoming like top 2 in the league, I mean, how much more can he improve?
He can improve a lot. He only been in the league for like 4 or 5 years, son. And you want him to leave already. That's crazy to me. But my bad, dude.
I do.
Oh, that's a good question because
where you want him to go? Your team?
What happened?
Nope.
Who is your team?
I don't got no team.
Why he said like you really ain't know that answer to that question?
Puda know.
Yeah, we know you know.
But let me wrap my shit up. I'm very upset that Graham is not considered for the most improved player. I'm very upset about that. I don't see how he is not the heavy favorite for it.
Get Luka out of that category.
I can see. I was reading something because I was on the same wavelength as you. Like, yo, how he ain't up there? But then I seen his field goal percentage is like 37% for the field. he's just shooting a lot more. You know, I mean,
I felt like the only reason why he wasn't in there is because he didn't have a season that he improved on. Like, I don't even know if he was in the league. Was he? He was in the G League last year, so I don't even know.
no, he played last year. He just didn't play a lot.
Yeah, but I feel like for you to be most improved, you got to play a good amount of games and then improve off of your previous season.
Nah, I could have sworn he played a lot last year.
Like, get Luka out that category.
That's a fact. That's a fact. But and Luka honestly said, "Nah, put him in there. Take me out and put him in there." But yeah, so overall, I'm surprised. I was shocked, and I'm very happy with the product that's on the floor right now in the bubble. What you got, Puda?
Yeah, man, I'm actually satisfied with what they're doing with the NBA. PH, I don't know if you're thinking out loud, but I'm trying to talk. So
he played 46 games last year, Pop. My bad.
I'll fight you later.
Yo, I was just about to say, Puda like ready to fight you, son. We did before we started recording, but he got a bone to pick.
When the bubble or the reset first started, majority of the teams were being competitive. I think they would just hype the hoop. What surprised me the most, I felt like everybody was in shape, like they all stayed in the gym. Usually at the beginning of the seasons, it's a little slow. Dudes are rusty. They missing, easy shots. These dudes are out here hitting tough shots, balling. And I thought it was going to be more like an open gym run, but it doesn't seem like that. The game is still as slow as it was before the reset. Fans were there. I do enjoy the fans not being there.
You enjoy the fans not being there?
Huh? What the fuck you keep looking at over there, son?
You enjoy the fans not being there?
No. I'm not saying I would prefer it, but okay. I do like what they did. The crazy camera angles, and you get to see the players a lot more. So I think it's really good, man. I like that a lot of these teams, look, the Suns and the Raptors have the best record. The Suns don't have no superstar on their team. The Raptors don't have no superstar on their team. What you said, Pop?
They definitely got the 2K camera angles.
Yeah, that should be looking crazy. I'm not gonna lie. To me, it slows the game down. So the game looks a lot slower. So you get to see and hear it.
We're worried about that, actually.
Yeah, but I'm happy with it, man. I don't know. I feel like Portland has been playing every single day, bro. Every time I turn the TV on, it's crazy, man. Every single day. It's like they got it out for them.
Yo, Chris. Chill, son.
Going back to what Pierre said about the Lakers, I can't see the Lakers losing in the first round to none of these teams. Portland might be the biggest threat, but I still think they're sweep against the Lakers. I think they're sweep, so I'm sorry.
You think the Lakers are sweep Portland?
Yeah, I think they'll sweep them. I think they'll sweep whatever team they play in the AC.
That's disrespectful.
Nah, I've seen Portland get swept before. It's okay. Not a big deal. I wouldn't want that to happen. I don't want to see no sweeps since I've been waiting for basketball for a couple of months.
They ain't gonna pull up in your DMs, fam. You know how he feel.
Nah, he gotta finish his beef with Skip first, man.
You know he here for the smoke.
Nah, I'm good, and I will bar him up too. So tell him what I said. You know what I'm saying? But let me ask you a question. When exactly is the player supposed to start?
17th, I believe.
What's today?
Either the season is over the 17th or the playoffs start the 17th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, can there be more than one playing game?
No.
Like the records is all?
What you mean? Like the 9th seed got to win twice, and the
8th seed got to win once. So that's it. That's just the 8th and 9th seed. That's it.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. If all these teams are tied, it's going to be a crazy.
They're probably going to go to conference records or something like that. That'll suck. But yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got. I enjoy it, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot better than what I thought it was gonna be. What you think?
Oh shit!
Wow.
Yo.
He won't do that to me.
Stop disrespecting my boy Dave, bro. Stop disrespecting.
Let me say he won't do that to me.
Please. Yo, LeBron and AD, son. What do you want me to say? What are they gonna do?
Disrespecting my man Dave.
What are they gonna do? Get Nurkic?
Yo, I got 2 questions for you before we go to Chris.
Right.
You listening?
I'm listening.
I said Chips.
Oh, Chips.
Oh,
Okay.
go ahead.
First question. I'm asking both at the same time. First question. How do you feel about Melo? You got to give us your end of the year recap. You said you were going to wait till the end of the year. And second, how do you feel about Porzingis' play and retro and hindsight, the trade?
First Melo, I will have to say.
Hold on, wait, yeah, record this. Yo.
I owe that man, I don't want to say an apology, man.
Oh, my God.
No. Here's why I don't want to say I owe him an apology. But I will say he proved me wrong. Because I didn't think that he could do the necessary things like he's doing now. 1, staying in shape. 2, fitting in on a team, playing a role. He clearly has a role on Portland. He clearly fits well with that team, and he's playing his part. He's not trying to give you 25, 30-point averages. He's not throwing up mad shots. He's swinging the ball. He's playing defense. So he's being a part of the team rather than trying to make his mark to be one of the figures on the team. So he proved me wrong. I didn't think he had that in him. So I will say that he proved me wrong. So Melo is doing his thing right now. I have to give respect where it's due, and he's playing very well. And like I said, he's fitting in with this team in a way that I didn't think he was going to fit in. As far as KP is doing what I knew he was capable of. KP on the Knicks, he was the focus of New York. Like, we wanted him to be something that I don't think he was ready to be. So, and that's the number 1 guy. That's the superstar. Everybody knows the media and the fans and all the hoopla around New York Knicks basketball. I don't think that he could handle that. I think it was too much for him, and he went to a situation where Luka is clearly a superstar, clearly the dominant superstar, and that's his team. And KP is good to be a Robin right now in his career. So, and then on top of that, playing with somebody like Luka that can make players around him better. So it was the right fit. It worked out for Dallas. Perfect situation. Would I say I still don't care that we traded him. It wasn't working with him here. For those reasons that I mentioned previously. I don't think that he would be doing what he's doing now.
You know he was on the All-Star team before he got hurt on the Knicks, right?
Yeah, I know he got there. I didn't say he wasn't doing shit. I'm just saying he wasn't able to be what we wanted him to be.
Well, he was hurt though. He ain't really.
No, I'm not talking about the circumstance. I'm just talking about it never materialized. And then unfortunately it got to the point. If you remember, before the rumor mill started swirling about he wasn't happy in his brother and all that shit, and it's a possibility he might leave. I didn't want KP to leave. I wanted to keep him.
And then Phil Jackson tried to trade him.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I didn't like that when that happened. But, you know, if a player gets upset and angry the way he did, and I didn't have the patience as a fan for him to act like that. But I can't speak on what the Knicks did to him or the inner, you know, all that shit. I can't speak on it. So I don't blame him. But I just think he wasn't ready for New York to be that guy in New York.
Hold on, guys. 10 seconds.
But we're going to pass it on to Chris.
Lillard just
I can't wait till you watch this shit over
in the fourth quarter.
Chris was an asshole.
So I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm surprised at the bubble. I'm surprised that they've been able to keep my attention this far into the summer with basketball. Right now, my mind would solely be on anticipation of football. And probably because my basketball team wasn't shit and my football team got a chance. So, like, that would be my whole focal point right now. But, like, honestly, they've done a lot to keep the attention of the audience. They've done a lot to keep everybody engaged, with the fan walls and all of that shit. Like, that shit is dope. Like, the way that they twisted it and made this bubble a thing to keep, fans and players engaged is definitely kudos to the league. I would say I'm not surprised at the gameplay. I think with all of them being professionals, I would have hoped they all came into this damn bubble in shape, knowing that, especially once they found out, okay, we're really going to start back playing basketball again. Let me start running in place or some shit, running around my house or something. Like, you guys make millions of dollars. You should be able to afford some form of a gym or some form of equipment that you can do on your own and stay in shape. So that part, I would say, is definitely a kudos. Shout out to the WNBA too, man. Like, them being able to keep that league, that season, that keep their league and their season going. They already have a shortened season anyway on a regular basis, but adding all of this into it, I think they're doing like what, 15 games or 18 games, some shit like that.
Oh.
So it's something real light, but those games have been fucking interesting as shit. Like, those games have been like when basketball wasn't on and those are the only things to watch. That shit was super interesting. So, shout out to them. Hopefully this helps them, going into next year as far as contract talks and them being able to get more equality, in the next CBA for them. But I think as a whole, this was a real success for the NBA and, WNBA directly. And shout out to everybody that left the bubble who all of a sudden had family issues. I know what you did. I know what you did. Lou Will just the only nigga that, only motherfucker that got caught. That's basically it.
Let me ask you a question. If this shit is still going crazy next year, which I'm sure it will be, this whole COVID shit and everything being shut down or slowed down, do you think the NBA should break their season up into 2 seasons? Like 2 halves?
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Half, a long gap?
They already said that they're talking about...
I can't understand you through your mask. There you go.
They was already talking about they was thinking about doing regional bubbles for next year. I wouldn't be surprised at that because they can't do a whole season in a bubble.
Right.
They have to take a break, let them go home, let them see what they family, do whatever else, and then re-enter the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
I would say not break it up in 2 halves, but shorten the season. Like, do from All-Star break on type of deal. That would be my suggestion.
Already starting in December.
That's like 20-something. If they break it half and half.
I don't know if they're going to move the All-Star break or what. That was another reason why I was like, there's no point in doing this. The playoffs going to be over. The season going to be over in like October, and then the season starts in December. That's a crazy turnaround.
Nah, they can't do that. I can't see them doing that shit, though. Starting that early.
Well, I mean, it's not early.
Well, starting on such a short gap like that.
You got it. I'm sure that they're thinking 2-3 years ahead, because at some point you're gonna have to get back to normal.
Yeah.
And so they have to figure out what's the best track to get to that. Whether it's a short season next year, which is probably, like you said, to me makes the most sense. Because that'll give teams up until February, and then you just play half the season, and then hopefully by the time next October rolls around, everything is back to normal. So that would make the most sense. But I think they're definitely thinking 2 or 3 years ahead to figure out what's the best route to get back to normalcy.
Okay. Portland just won again, by the way. They made like 4 crazy plays at the end.
Next episode, I got a question for y'all about Dame too.
should other sports such as Major League Baseball, I don't think anybody else has any. Should other sports, like, should baseball be ashamed that they did not go the route of a quarantine bubble and cutting off access to their players? They're allowing them to travel on their own, allowing them to do everything as if it's still regular. The only difference with baseball is there's no fans in the stadium, which is crazy to me because fans are nowhere near the players.
Yeah, but you still gotta make sure the fans are safe though. So it shouldn't matter.
I got you. But I mean, so then that shows that you're not worried about the players being safe.
Exactly.
So I mean, should baseball? And I've seen different reportings. They're considering going to a bubble phase for playoffs in baseball. What should the average baseball fan think about baseball and the product that they've put out so far, with all of the positive tests that have come out? You know, the outbreaks with the Marlins, and then the Cardinals had an outbreak. What should our thoughts on baseball be after such a piss poor attempt at restarting the season, and obviously it being just for the money? Chips?
For me, baseball, they handled it completely wrong. From the debacle to coming up with the agreement to play. Both sides, the players' union versus the owners, they was all over the place. Arguing about the amount of games, arguing about the money, owners crying they was losing money, players crying they ain't making enough money. Baseball made proof to me why they are a sport that's on the decline. Because they just couldn't get it right, and they couldn't come together where a country or a nation or really the world was trying to look to sports for normalcy, and they just fudged it all up. Like, they was all over the place. And the fact that they didn't come up with better safety measures amongst this pandemic shows me that they don't care nothing about the fans. They don't care about each other, players versus owners. It's all about the money and revenue for baseball for me. They didn't care how they did it. They just wanted to get out there and make money. It was clear. All the reports were, before they started, the debates and the arguments and the disagreement was all over money. That's all it was about. Very rarely did you hear anybody speaking on safety. I think I heard a couple of players, talk about the risk to their families or whatever. And the fact that you have a situation where you have teams that 16 people test positive, and then you have to cancel games, obviously, because you don't want to affect the other team. But the trickle-down effect from the team that played you last to the team that is coming to your building, and they didn't have no plan. They don't even know how they're going to make those games up, or if they're going to be able to. So to start a whole league and a season, and you don't even have those basic plans in place, plan A, plan B, plan C, shows me you didn't care. And as a casual fan, and we just talked about basketball and the NBA, how entertaining the NBA made the games. You try to watch a baseball game, that shit is dead. That shit is dead. The announcers don't really seem excited, right? Because they're not used to talking as much as the NBA broadcasters or football broadcasters. Baseball relies heavily on fan interaction. So they just like I said, they don't care. And it's not entertaining to me. I'm a casual fan. So I think the only real people that are watching baseball right now, I don't know the rating numbers. That's something that we should look up. But I know they probably lost a lot of casual fans that's not watching this product. And me being one of them, I think I might have watched a couple Yankees games and not even a whole game.
I did a quick Google. Forbes said early regional sport network TV ratings and ad sales for MLB are up compared to 2019. That's without digging into anything. That's just with the
That's a shock to me. That's a shock to me. But yeah, I'm not impressed with baseball.
But then the very next one says the Yankees are winning everything but the ratings. They see a nearly a 10% drop in viewers, but that's just the Yankees.
Yeah.
Chip just reminded me of something too before you keep going on.
I'm good. You can take over.
I'll pass it on to somebody else, but shout out to the NBA too for knowing that they was gonna have to have the commentators talk more. Thanks for leaving Chris Webber off. I appreciate you.
For real. Can you imagine him and Reggie? You know they teamed up a few times.
I mean, granted, they couldn't leave both of them off because, you know, they had to split up the teams, but shout out for not bringing Chris Webber on. He's my guy, too, but
leave him out.
Not a whole game.
Leave him out the bubble?
Yes. Not a whole game, man. How you feel, Buddha?
You listen, man. There's nothing wrong with being like hockey and golf and saying, fuck it, this ain't gonna work. We're just gonna try this again next year. So that's why I agree with Pop when he was saying the NBA didn't come back. You know, he wouldn't have had a problem with it. There's nothing wrong with being safe or, sometimes you can't come to an agreement. Don't try to force it, man. Because then you have this. I don't understand. A bubble would have worked out perfectly fine for baseball because it's barely a contact sport as it is. So if you would have just kept them in the bubble, you know what I'm saying, that would have raised your chances of not, of anybody not getting sick. And you would have been rocking and rolling the rest of the season into the playoffs. This would have been crazy to have both baseball and basketball on at the same time going into the playoffs. But I think they fumbled the ball. I know a lot of hardcore fans. They're not happy. I mean, you two are hardcore fans. How do you feel about it? Have you been watching a lot of games?
Not really, honestly. Not really.
Because y'all damn sure haven't been in the chats talking about baseball at all.
Like normal, no.
Right.
It's hard to watch.
It's definitely real different.
I don't look for it on Sports Center for any highlights. I don't search.
I mean, I do. I look to see what's going on in the games.
I've seen the only highlight reel I've seen was when it was Astros kept getting headhunted by pitchers. I've seen that. And one time a game was over, and instead of players giving each other high fives, they were kicking each other in the cleats as they walked past to congratulate. That was about it. So I don't know, man. They need to just put it to bed, honestly, because it's getting out of hand, and they need to just come back next year.
I mean, my whole thing I would say is when it comes to baseball, the way basketball found something to make it fan-oriented and interesting, baseball should have done the same. Not just relying on just the sport. Like, maybe it should have been, miking up everybody and, hearing that player-to-player interaction or something like that. Like, something different that would have added to, fan interaction and, something different where you're not used to seeing. We're not used to seeing fans on the wall and you can see their reactions and everything like that in basketball. So I feel like baseball should have thought outside of the box like basketball did in those regards.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they probably put – oh, go ahead.
I understand the bubble thing with baseball, but basketball is a little bit different. It's easier to, I guess, set up a basketball court than to set up a bunch of baseball fields and have all of those players in one place playing baseball.
Wouldn't have to be just that, though. I mean, these dudes have 3 courts to play on.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's easier to build a basketball court or put a basketball court somewhere than to put a baseball field somewhere.
Man, I guess it's easy. You can build it. They can build a baseball field, bro.
Yeah, but in that short amount of time, it takes a lot. And there's no, for them to be in a bubble or in, a certain area, you'd have to have a bunch of these fields in one area. And I'm not saying that they don't have it, but not probably major league wise to have all of the teams in one area. I mean,
I'm pretty sure somewhere in America has a complex where it's like 5 official size baseball fields. I'm gonna look that up.
In the world, forget the country, but yeah.
nah, they would. Ain't nobody letting nobody come from the United States and nowhere else in the world.
But I'm with Chips on that. I'm sure there's a few of those walking around somewhere.
I mean, even if you didn't, so to add on the PH, even if you didn't, build a baseball field, one, you got plenty of domes out there, and you can just pretty much do what basketball did, but have it strategically placed around two particular parts. You know what I mean? Like you could have had it set up where in California or in DC where you got the Baltimore Orioles field and then you got the Washington Nationals field, probably I want to say 45 minutes separated.
Shit, and then fuck that. Some of these football stadiums they turn them into baseball stadiums. You can see the imprint on the field sometimes. Yeah. They could go that route too.
But that would have took a lot of thinking outside the box, I say.
Well, baseball ain't moving me at all. I mean, I just look see if the Yankees won. We pitch a night, and that's it. That's all I look for.
I don't know if we pitch a night.
So I said, no. I didn't say it was. I said I looked to see if we won and if we was pitching all right. That's it. Okay. I didn't say we was. Only thing that's going good with the Yankees is Aaron Judge is not getting tested for steroids, so he getting the popping. That's about it.
And Cole is cooking.
I don't know. I don't know if he cooking.
No, Cole is cooking.
Not like he's supposed to be. Not for no $300 and whatever $1 million. He ain't cooking.
Keep getting wins. That's all that matters.
I think beef is with the wrong people because the MLB offered a bubble. The players declined it. When they voted for it, all the players said no. The bubble was going to be in Arizona, and I think they said Florida also. They said both, and the players said no. And I don't.
Which is not to cut you off, but which is why I said from both sides it was all fucked up.
I don't think anybody's doing anything wrong. You can't compare this to basketball. They play in 8 games and then the playoffs in basketball. We're talking about a whole season. If this would have been the start of the NBA season and you would have told these guys, yo, you're going to be in a bubble for the whole season, they would have said no. They wouldn't have done it. It's people that opted out of playing the 8 games plus the playoffs. So asking these guys to play a whole season.
Family emergencies, don't forget about those.
Exactly. There's no way in hell anybody is agreeing to stay in a bubble for four months.
Yo,
they all want to say no.
If you opt out, you completely a wrap. You can't come back.
No.
You're dub.
So I feel like the only issue is that it played out in the public. That's the real issue. Everybody should have kept their mouth closed, do their negotiating at the table, and that's that. But if we're being realistic, I can't blame them. And the only people that's benefiting, and they better benefit from this, is the NFL. They better come up with something. They see what happens if teams travel. They see what happens with a bubble. They know the guys might not want to do the whole season in the bubble. And then on top of that, basketball is a 12-man roster. Baseball is like a 30-man roster. When you include the coaches, all the relief pitchers and all of that.
25
a team? That's not an easy. You're trying to put a whole league of 25
what the football going to do then?
Football is 53.
Yeah, what the fuck they going to do?
That's not the practice people. That's just the people that's on the team. And that's not the coaches.
Yep.
So it's like it's kind of unrealistic. That's why it's like is either do. I think I forgot who said it. I heard somebody say it, and I think that's probably the best idea. If you want to do a full season, you do a bubble, you do a break in action, let people go home and do whatever, and then you come back to the bubble. Because nobody's staying in that joint for all that time. Matter of fact, I think baseball offered to go to Canada too. They're gonna go to Toronto.
Yeah, Canada shut that down.
And the players still said no. So it's like, what you want? What do you want the organization to do? Your players don't want to do this. Baseball is like the players got the most power in baseball than any other sport.
Yeah.
You tell them if they say no, it's a no. It's no. It's not a go.
Canada said, "You want the whole league? We don't even want the team up here."
Word, that's a fact. Word.
Y'all can't even play up here. You ain't bringing company.
Word. Say, yeah, I need y'all to go on ahead and find somewhere else to play. Because y'all ain't playing up here.
I really don't got much else to add when it comes to baseball. But shout out to hockey, man. Shout out to NHL. Out of every single test, nobody tested positive for COVID. You know what that tells me? Nobody in hockey has a life. Don't nobody go out. Don't nobody go nowhere in hockey.
What's the numbers, though? What's the numbers in Canada, though? Maybe it ain't that much positive test out there.
All I can say is, they live in the States, too, though.
No, they only in Canada. They're not in America.
No, in the NHL?
Yeah.
Wait, huh?
I thought they was only playing in Canada.
Who?
No, but I'm talking about the players, though.
Oh yeah, but they in a bubble though.
Hey, just for the simple fact of them having 0 tests coming into the bubble, shouts to them. Shouts to them. Ain't nobody having no family emergencies. Ain't nobody need no chicken from the strip club. They was like, fuck it. I just want to play hockey.
Strip club food be fire, boy.
Canada has 120,000 confirmed, 107 recovered, 9,000 deaths.
Light work.
Everybody better than us. Damn shit.
All we ain't did was just give confirmation we ain't shit.
I mean, what is some numbers?
No, this shit's depressing.
But baseball, I just found a list of, you got Arts Van Sports Complex in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
How many they got?
It looks like
Can't have them playing on no minor league fields neither, son.
I'm trying to read deeper, but they look like regulation size fields.
Me and Judge will be and put him with a center field is 200 yards.
No pitcher will be pitching there.
Word,
look at that field. Nah, fuck out of here. Get out of here.
Then you got the Grand Park at Market Common. That's in Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach got 2 complexes like that. You got one in Georgia, one in Nevada, multi-fields. So they're out there. I don't know if how close to regulation. Well, hold on. This one in Emerson, Georgia says the facility boasts 8 major league size synthetic turf fields.
The player said no.
So it was doable, but like I said, baseball, they couldn't come to an agreement.
Yeah, if that is true and they got them, yeah, baseball's dumb fucks. They could have just took their ass right there.
They're not dumb, son. They're not dumb. I'm not mad at somebody saying I don't want to stay in Myrtle Beach for 8 months. I'm not mad at somebody.
But what if the players would have approved the 60 game number?
No, they didn't want a bubble.
I think that's all they are playing.
Games. You're not doing the whole season.
But baseball is playing 60, I believe, right?
Yeah.
They're only playing 60 games, yeah.
But
Yeah.
travel,
Yeah, so that's not a whole season.
they did not want to be in a bubble, son. This is what the players was saying no to a bubble.
So so the players are fucking dumb. And this is the product that you get. Like I said, both sides were being dumb.
You know what? I agree with Pop. Like
I'm not gonna call it dumb. I'm not gonna
we
call it
like us as fans, like
Yeah.
we sound like real wild right now.
Yes.
Like, because we want to see them play baseball or do all of this the way we want to see them do it or how we want them to do it. They're all grown men, son. It's just like telling you to do something and you're like, nah, fuck out of here. I'm not doing that.
Isn't that the purpose of a fan, though?
Not really.
You want what you want, how you want.
But not only
No,
that,
but
I'm
still,
saying,
so the plays don't matter at all.
no. I'm saying
I understand it.
if you don't want to play in a bubble, so you're just willing, but you want to play baseball, you want to make money, so you're willing to roll the dice with COVID.
Yeah, they were.
That ain't worth it for me.
And the
That
ones
sounds
who,
that sounds crazy.
but the
That
ones who,
sounds wild crazy to me.
but you can opt out. You don't have to play. So the people, that's why the players voted. Yo, do y'all want to do a bubble or not? The players, they voted. Majority said no bubble. So if you was the person that voted yes to a bubble, you can opt out.
And you know what that means to me? Like I said, it's all about the money. The players that opted out, or the few players that opted out, was like, I'm not rolling the dice with my fucking health or the health of my family to make a couple of mil.
But if we're being fair, it's the same thing with basketball. Because there's a bunch of them that was like, even Joel Embiid was like, I don't want to go to Orlando, but I don't want to let my team down. He showed up in a hazmat suit, son. He was scared to death when he showed up there. Like, we looking at it now that it worked, but in the beginning, it was looking shaky in the beginning. People was testing positives. People was forgetting to take tests. It was looking crazy. Dude went up
Uber.
Uber Eats, yeah. Like, the shit was looking crazy in the beginning, son. It just happened to work out.
They say,
No, I don't think it. But I don't think it happened to work out. I think they had a plan. I think they had a plan and they stuck to it.
I think they have a
They
plan.
don't have a plan, bro. They don't have a plan.
They do.
They don't have a plan, bro. The only plan they had was how often the players were going to get tested. And even that fell under scrutiny because they were waiting for test results, but still playing games while they were waiting for test results.
And the players was okay with it.
But that don't make it smart. That don't make it the right thing, which is why they're under the scrutiny. I get it. They doing what they want to do, but then you got to ask yourself, is it dumb? And it's dumb. It's not safe.
Oh, we'll see. If we being fair, it's only Miami that really been the outbreak. Nobody else has caught the outbreak yet. So,
Philly had quite a few, and it was another team that had quite a few.
The Cardinals, I believe, right?
Yeah, the
It
Cardinals.
wasn't more than 4 people.
No, it was like 6 or 7 for the Cardinals. St. Louis had like a wild number, like in the team.
That was early on, right?
It was around the same time. It all happened around the same time.
They all went to Atlanta. They was doing whatever.
Miami happened first, and then St. Louis happened probably like a week and a half later.
Well, you got to see how it play out because they might take it more serious now. Like, oh man, this whole team caught it. By the way,
it got to the point where the commissioner came out and said,
right, and
the season might have to be canceled if it don't calm down.
By the way, I haven't been up to date, but the Marlins ain't lose a game since they've been back. By the way, they've been on a crazy win streak.
And they're supposed to have a trash team.
Derek Jeter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they 7-3. They first in the division.
I don't blame Derek Jeter for that team. Not yet. He got to get a couple more years on his belt. But on that note, man, yep, sports is moving along. Wrestling still doing their thing, no fans. UFC still doing their thing, no fans. I don't know. I don't think UFC or any of those other like boxing have been putting out any positive tests that I've seen. I think they've been doing good. Dana White with the whole
My bad. My bad. You gotta pause it, or I gotta step away. I'll be back.
Dana White, doing the Fight Island, and he got that whole thing going on. So I think everything is I think every sport has figured out a way to cope with COVID and has figured out a way to make it work for them. So, it's all about with these bigger team-oriented sports, that's where the trick is. And that's where the tough part is. Golf is doing it. They just had their PGA championship. Shout out to the Asian dude. I don't know his name, but I think he won his first championship, first major event. I think he only like 22, 23. They said youngest since Tiger and all them other dudes and Rory. But, singular sports are able to do it because it's a lot easier. It's about these team sports that we're going to see. Football, college football had a lot of meetings today, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what they're able to do and what they're able to agree on. I think the Big Ten pushed back their season, so we'll see if other big.
I could have sworn the Big Ten said, "Nah, we ain't playing."
Yeah, they postponed it. It said.
Nah, I could have.
Didn't
That
one of
was the
y'all
other
post
day.
that said that shit is over?
I was about to say I could have swore the Big Ten said, "Nah, we ain't playing this season." I think it was like the MAC was saying they pushed the season back or was doing something.
It's rough. It's rough.
Or the ACC was still trying to figure something out.
Well, the Pac-12 is calling off fall sports, including football, and they're looking the option to play in the spring. So I think a lot of them are pushing it back to possibility of being in the spring.
Yeah, because at least if you push it back, you cancel it. Ain't no coming back from a cancellation. The pushback, it's really a cancellation probably, but in case things get better, they could be like, oh, no, yeah, we still got time to play.
Yeah, we didn't say cancel. We said push back.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
All the teams with them high draft picks and them Heisman people and yeah, they try to figure out a way to get them on TV so they can get that bread.
I mean, this shit sucks for the athletes, though. Fuck all of that for these students.
Oh no, yeah, definitely do. I'm talking about the schools. It's trying to figure out a way how to keep that money coming in.
Shit, high school students not being able to play. Like, what if you was a junior going into your senior year? This is trash for you if you was an athlete and ain't signed or ain't agreed to like any scholarships and shit. That's trash.
Mad unfortunate.
But nothing but the best wishes for them. And for us, we will continue to watch our sports. We love them. We appreciate everybody that's staying healthy, staying safe. We just like we appreciate our subscribers. So go ahead and add yourself to the list. Subscribe, like, hit the share button. Tell your friends to tell their friends.
Sure.
But